Hello everyone, it's Pixel again, and this is my review of Chapter 6 of Twilight's Dollhouse. So, first and foremost, disclaimer, I own nothing. Everything belongs to the rightful owners, so please go and support them and be nice, please. And once again, some viewers may find this disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised, please. So, yeah, it starts with Derpy greeting Twilight. Yeah, Derpy is greeting Twilight, and Twilight gives her a muffin. And yeah, we see that this is Twilight presumably taking Lyra's advice. And because she's taking Rarity to the replica of Ponyville, where Vinyl and is putting her plan into action, with her pretending to kick Octavia out of their house. So Vinyl will prove that she wants to be friends with Twilight. And yeah, so because Twilight also made the houses to have basements. And they plan to use that to escape. And yeah. And Twilight actually comes back with Rarity and shows her Carousel Boutique. And she unfreezes her and Sweetie Belle, and yeah. And Rarity wants to know why Twilight is doing this. And Twilight says, "I can't lose you too." And that, as she told her at breakfast, that it hurts. And now that she's an alicorn, she can't escape that feeling. Rarity suggests why not ask Celestia to change her back to a unicorn. Or asks her how she dealt with the losses, and that she would, and why do all of this. And I am so sorry. I am so dumb. And that Celestia tells her that she has to be responsible, and that she would understand. And Rarity tells Twilight that she will understand. She just has to let everyone go. But Twilight says that's not what she meant, and that she has to do this on her own. And that she'll only be mad at her again. And that Twilight fears that Princess Celestia will send her to the moon, like she did with Luna. And she, of course, also tells Rarity when she found Cadence, Luna was there to comfort her, but Celestia just turned and left. But Rarity tells her that Cadence was her niece, and that she was just as hurt by it as Twilight was. But yeah. But now that Twilight is vulnerable, the other ponies start making their escape. And Vinyl actually Vinyl walks over to Rarity and asks her, and tells her to go to her living room and wait there. And that Bon Bon will keep Sweetie Belle safe. And she reminds Twilight that she promised to take her out for tea. And yeah, Twilight takes Vinyl with her. And apparently, no one has seen Lyra. And Vinyl says that Lyra apparently doesn't want to be friends with her anymore. But Twilight thinks otherwise. But Vinyl still wants to have tea with Twilight. But Twilight says that she needs to find Lyra first, and starts to look for her. And yeah, she does find Lyra, and Lyra is still hurt by what happened with her friends. And Twilight asks her if she's still friends with her. And Lyra says yes, and she just had a little fight with Bon Bon. Sorry about that. Yeah, she just had a fight with Bon Bon, but she's okay now. And Twilight asks Lyra if she hurt her. And Lyra says no, and that it's fine. So, yeah. And that she plans on moving to another house soon. But Twilight, of course, invites her for tea. And yeah, Lyra, however, says no, but Twilight begs for her to come. And yeah. And yeah, so Lyra eventually agrees to have tea with her. So yeah, she takes Vinyl and Lyra upstairs, where Lyra doesn't know how to exactly handle this. Since she was nice to Twilight, Twilight has been returning the favor. So yeah, the two of them have tea. and that she plans on having more of the ponies be her friends. And yeah, Vinyl lies by saying that Snips and Snails will also want to be friends, and that she kicked Octavia out of the house. But, of course, that's a lie because they escaped. And Twilight is happy that Vinyl chose her over Octavia. And Lyra thinks about actually telling Twilight what Vinyl and Octavia are doing, but she's afraid of what will happen if she does. And yeah. And yeah. So yeah, they talk about, well, Twilight actually tells them that she plans on doing something else with her magic to make sure that this replica of Ponyville feels like, well, actual Ponyville when she gets her friends. And she admits that she's going to let the dolls stay animated 24/7. Yeah, she's going to animate them 24/7 so they can move on their own. And she's going to leave gifts for them. So yeah, Twilight notices that something is wrong with Lyra, and she demands to know what it is, and that's when Vinyl makes a run for it. I am so sorry, excuse me. Yeah, Vinyl makes a run for it. Luckily, she doesn't break into a billion pieces. But Lyra spills the truth. And that that Bonbon and Vinyl were planning to escape, and that they kicked her out of town because she was gonna tell. And Lyra pleads with Twilight not to hurt her, but Twilight says that she won't, and that she's actually gonna hurt Vinyl. And Spike calls for her and asks her who she's talking to, and Twilight tells Lyra to stay put. And Spike makes his way downstairs and asks Twilight where Rarity is. And she asks why, and Spike says apparently she was supposed to meet with Pinkie Pie to throw a surprise party when she left. And Twilight tells him that she left early with Sweetie Belle. And Spike wonders, like, why would she leave without saying goodbye? And Twilight just says it's a grown-up thing, and then it's a grown-up thing, and that he'll understand when he's older. So yeah, Spike goes to bed, and yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah. Yeah, he goes to bed, and yeah. And we see Vinyl trying to make her way out of the library. Well, actually, she does, and she's actually found by Silver Spoon, who thinks that Vinyl is just a doll, just a toy, and she tries to get Silver Spoon... Sorry about that. To get help, but yeah. But Vinyl tries to... She tries to convince Silver Spoon that she's not a toy and that she needs to get to Celestia. Because, well, yeah. And it's revealed that Vinyl still has her magic, because she levitates a rock, and yeah. Silver Spoon believes her now and asks where Diamond Tiara is. But Vinyl tells her that she's gone because Twilight turned her into a porcelain doll and smashed her into itty-bitty pieces. Yeah, she smashed her into pieces and got rid of her father. And yeah. But Silver Spoon still actually doesn't believe her and plans on returning her to Twilight. And yeah, she bumps into Twilight, and yeah. And yeah, they start to fight over Vinyl. But yeah, Twilight takes Vinyl back, but Silver Spoon asks Twilight to make her a toy, since Diamond Tiara is now, well, moved out of town. And yeah. So Twilight actually invites Silver Spoon to see more toys, and that she has more toys, and invites Silver Spoon to see them. Silver Spoon says yes, and yeah. And Twilight actually kind of, she kind of sort of starts a friendship with Silver Spoon, because she asks about what kind of dolls she has, and she says that they're porcelain dolls. And that Twilight says that she makes her own dolls. And Silver Spoon actually asks Twilight if they can be friends, since Diamond Tiara is now gone. And yeah. And Twilight says yes, and that they can be friends. And yeah. And that Twilight tells Silver Spoon that she can play with her dolls anytime, just as long as she keeps this a secret. Sorry about that. And we see Applejack getting ready for the day, basically selling apples. And Rainbow Dash actually comes by and asks if she's seen Rarity or Twilight. Applejack says that Rainbow needs to calm down and that they need to talk. I am so sorry about that. And that, yeah, they need to talk, and Rainbow asks what's wrong. And Applejack thinks that there's something going on with Twilight. And that and Rainbow Dash asks if she's having nightmares again. And Applejack that she thinks that it has something to do with the ponies disappearing. And that Rainbow just says that they moved out of town and that it's not Twilight's fault. And that Applejack says that Big Mac apparently left and that he didn't even say goodbye to his family. And Rainbow Dash does think that sounds strange. Yeah, strange. And that they decide to ask Twilight about it, and Applejack brings up that Rarity and Sweetie Belle left without saying a word. And yeah, and apparently, and yeah, and Applejack still sees that, because yeah, like ponies like Lyra, Bonbon, Snips and Snails, Vinyl, Octavia, apparently have moved out of Ponyville, and Big Mac and Rarity just vanish. And that Twilight was the last one that they talked to. So yeah. And Applejack suggests that Rainbow keeps her eyes open, because Big Mac went to return a book. Rarity was supposed to meet her at the train station to say goodbye. And also, yeah, that there's something going on with Twilight. And apparently Applejack had a nightmare yeah, Applejack had a nightmare about Big Mac being chained up in a dungeon. So yeah. So yeah, Rainbow Dash goes to Twilight's house where she sees Twilight and Silver Spoon just talking with one another. So yeah, she goes over and sees that and actually sees Twilight go inside of the basement with Silver Spoon. And also, yeah. She goes into the basement with Silver Spoon, and Rainbow Dash flies to go find Scootaloo to give her the good news. And that's where the chapter ends. Yeah, like, wow. So yeah, it appears that the escape plan didn't work, and yeah, safe to say I'm worried about what Twilight is going to do to Vinyl and Octavia when she's alone with both of them, because, you see that Lyra, Lyra's basically at a standstill. She doesn't know whether she should redeem herself to her friends or if she should stay loyal to Twilight. Because, yeah, and yeah, the dream Applejack had about her brother being chained up, yeah, she's not, yeah, chained up in a dungeon. She's not far off from the truth. Sorry about that. But yeah, and apparently sooner or later Twilight's secret is going to come out. Because Rainbow now knows about or at least she has an idea about what's going to happen. That there is something going on that Twilight isn't telling them about, and she's going to see that it's true and find out what Twilight was doing, what happened to the ponies that disappeared. So yeah. That's it for now, but regardless, I do hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!